Hello, hello, everybody. I am just sharing this. Enjoy your walk. You cute. Hello. That was my girlfriend. She is just heading out for a walk right now. Oh, I am trying to advertise the stream, so please be patient. Let me just make sure that it actually. Oh, nice. Okay, it does. I will share that now. Oops. Oh, gourd. Oh, gourd, oh, gourd, oh, gourd. I hope y'all's called your mothers or applicable parental figures, if it applies to you, because it is Mother's Day today. Give my mom a call. She is. I caught her just before she was getting ready for work, and she is doing very well. There. So now I just need to. Oh boy. Okay. I'm slowly getting my bearings together. I wish that there was a share button on YouTube for Instagram, but apparently there is not. So, which is fine. That's fine. I'm cool. I'm cool. Ooh. Shoot. Oh boy. And I don't think you could click links in Instagram, which is kind of silly, but cool. Cool. Let's see if that works. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum. Can I share this to my... Oh, ruh-roh. Why can I not repost? Share to. Oh. I'm trying to... Share to direct? No, I don't want to share to direct. Oh, Gord, maybe I could only do this. Okay, so I'm trying to post it on Instagram. I did it for my company Instagram, but now I need to bring this over to oh, no. Oh. There we go. I'm using my phone as a second camera to share this content. There. Cool. There we go. Now we can rock and roll. And let me get rid of everything else but this. Autofocus is on. We are ready to rock and roll. Hell yeah. I wish I had music to play. I think you need to... I don't know how that works. Let me look that up real quick. Can you play music on a YouTube live stream? I read that you can't. You can only play music you have the license to on YouTube Live. But even if you have the license, you must go through another step. Oof. Yes, of course, unless... Oh, wait. Will I get copyrighted? You will get copyright on YouTube live streams also. You may use some non-copyright videos. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's kind of lame. How many seconds of cup? Man, because I was gonna play music through my headphones, but y'all won't be able to hear it. Just kind of lame. There we go. And I have a killer playlist. Well, it's not really a playlist. It's just a whole bucket of liked songs. YouTube Discovery Weekly has been fire lately for me. Maybe not so this week. But it's been like real chill. I don't even know what genre of music it would be categorized as. Let me see. Fox Warren. Alternative and indie. Okay, yeah. I like a lot of indie music. Currently I'm listening to Sunset Canyon by Fox Warren, which is pretty top notch, I would say. Yoga. Sunset. I'll be alright. Sweet deal. We'll just hang out and chill out for like the next 5 minutes and see what happens. If anything at all, I'm gonna crack a cold one. And I hope that you guys have a very good Mother's Day, or applicable mother figure day, or just a happy Sunday, you know? Uh-oh, am I running into buffer issues? I'm trying to watch myself and stream myself. Ruh-roh, I am, as a matter of fact. Let me see. Running into some complications. For some reason, we are in the gray area right now. I don't know why. Oh, now we're back to green. What is going on? OBS. OBS, why green? Let me just make sure that my internet is top notch. Yes. Connected to good internet. Cool. I switched from, I was doing ultra low latency and I switched it to low latency, but I'm wondering if I need to switch that over to high latency. Because I want to stream in 1080p at least. So I'm hoping it's just, maybe I need to set the NVIDIA settings for this application. That's something that I can look into. Let me double check. Let me also check the task manager. We'll see. GPU usage through OBS. Ooh, wow. That's a lot of GPU. It's using 90% of my GPU right now, which is pretty cool to see. I just hope that nothing else is really using my GPU right now. No, it's just that, and it's using 90% of my GPU. That's wild. It's using it for the video encoding, which is pretty cool. But I don't even have a way to check the GPU temperature right now. Oh well, I don't know. Yeah, but it seems to be drawn from my GPU. So maybe it's just the internet that's been going in and out of waves. But it seems fine now. I think it was just that one little glitch. So we are Gucci Tucci. All right. Well, all the cards are in place. We have done our time. We have done our due diligence. One more thing. For whatever reason, so I have tags set for each of the videos that I make, and there's a lot of like templates that you can save for each of the videos, so that when you create a new one, like those templates automatically carry over. But I've been having like a heck of a problem with them. They just haven't been carrying over, which is very aggravating. So let me... Cool. Now I will save that. But again, I don't know how to make the templates. But that's the very last thing that we need to do. Still getting to the groove of this live stream and stuff. Still getting there. And the absolute very last thing I want to do is just put on the stream on my computer. Pause it. But then I have the count of viewers and the chat window up and loaded. So sweet. Now, so today we have a very special card deck because it has a piece of bubblegum in it. No, these are from 1988, so these will most likely be completely cardboard. I'm hoping that the wax, this is a wax pack. Hopefully the wax pack holds up well. And hopefully the gum doesn't destroy the first card in the lineup, because for the majority of card packs that contain gum, they stick to the first card in the set. I've seen like card packs that'll get around that issue by wrapping the piece of gum, which apparently back then they thought it was fine to just consider the wax pack as a viable protection. I guess for consumer regulations during the time, like that was fine, but horrible for collecting nowadays. Garbage Pail Kids are the worst for that because you only get like I don't think you get a lot of cards in the deck to begin with, but the first one is guaranteed to be trash just because the gum sticks to it. So it's always much more of a gamble to buy old school Garbage Pail Kid packs. Plus, I don't think a lot of people take good care of the wax packs themselves when it comes to Garbage Pail Kids, but that's not why we're here. What we're looking for is to win a trip to the 1989 Spring Training, Spring Fever Baseball. Entry from inside, no purchase necessary. I have read like an offer like this that was like, it explicitly said that it was time permitting. So like obviously I can't go back and say, oh, I won. We got the ingredients for the gum. Spring Fever Baseball, and these are made in Duria, PA. I hope that I'm pronouncing that right, but a lot of these cards that we've been opening are from Pennsylvania, which I think is pretty neat. Oh, hold on. That is first of all, that is a beautiful card open, pack open, I should say. Like, that is just such a delight. Oh, and the gum didn't stick either. Cool. That was a really clean open. And we have this gum that, hold on, wait, let me see if I could do it. See how like, it's just like, obviously it's dried out and disgusting now. And I wouldn't suppose that it's toxic. I would have to look at the ingredients, but if it's not toxic, I don't advise doing this. I'm not saying for anybody to do this. Do not do this. But maybe one of these days I'll actually try to eat one of these pieces of gum, depending on if it's toxic or not, obviously. But yeah, you could kind of see like the texture of it. It's got like the little, I don't know if that's mold or if that's just how the gum is. It's like little white splotches, which is interesting. I get distracted very easily. But the one thing that I wanted to point out was that Team Up Against Drugs. That is the first time that I've seen drugs of any kind being mentioned in a card packaging. Be a superstar. Say no to drugs. Say no to drugs. Surprised they didn't team up with Dare. But this packaging is actually really cool, and I'm glad that it came off so well because I want to keep these. I don't know if they're worth anything, but if I start a large collection of this card set, I think it would be really cool to have the original packaging that it came in. And I like to baby these cards because they're obviously not making them anymore, and to that point, they are in limited supply. So I wanna keep everything that I can. And as always, I am not an expert at sports and good players and what cards are worth a lot of money. So as a disclaimer that I always say, if I get underwhelmed by a card that is really rare, please don't hold it against me. And in the opposite, if I get really excited over a card that is not worth any money, bear with me. So we got Joel Mikian of the White Sox. We got Doug Sisk of the Mets. Gary Lucas of the Angels. Cecilio Guante of the Yankees. Oh, he's got a sick mustache too. He's got a really nice mustache. And I really like the backs of these too. I don't know what it is about like the orange background. I think that's just so classic from Topps. And it really reinforces like the cardboard like feel to it. I don't know. Like you could even if I look somewhat, you can see like the texture in the back, which I'm a really big fan of. We got Gary Getty of the Twins, Fred Manrique of the White Sox with another amazing mustache. We got Joe Sembito of the Red Sox, a pitcher. We got Joel Skinner of the Yankees. We got Dwayne Murphy of the A's. That's really cool. I like when they do the close-ups like this, like the portraits. I think that's really neat. We got Phil Garner of the Dodgers. Guy Hoffman of the Reds, another pitcher. Jose Canseco of the Athletics. Ooh, we got a Brewers Leaders card. Team Leaders. That is really cool. I will double wrap that. We got George Bell of the Blue Jays and Mark Williamson of the Orioles. After we open all of these up, what I typically do is I go through and see if they're worth anything. Regardless of their worth, they always get a penny sleeve, which, as the name inclines, is worth a penny. So it doesn't cost anything to really like take care of these cards. But if they're worth $1 or more, I also put them into these top loaders. And then what I've been doing lately is I've been going through all of the cards to see if they're worth submitting for grading. And if they're worth, my rule of thumb is if they're worth more than $20, PSA 9, which is the second best grading score, and to get a PSA 10, the cards need to be immaculate. And they go through with a magnifying glass, and they legitimately look for any errors or issues with the card. They look at the outline, the crispness of the corners. They look at if there's any printing errors or any scuffs anywhere. It might not be your fault that the card is not in perfect condition, but oh, see, like there's a little smudge right here. That's something that I didn't do explicitly, or I didn't do at all, really. But maybe along the manufacturing line that maybe it's an artifact of the cardboard that they use too. I didn't think that. But yeah, that's why it's important that if it's not a top quality card, but it's still worth a lot of money, being in the lower grades, it's still worth grading. So it's worth looking into that. So we will move on to the second card pack in the lineup. If you haven't done so already, be sure to call your motherly figures, if you have any, or just someone you love today, someone you've been thinking about. I did that today for my mother. Told her how I was doing. Her and my family are back in their hometown in Pennsylvania, and I am currently in Chicago, so I'm a long ways from home. So it's always good to keep track of your siblings, your parents, your friends from back in the area. So don't forget to do that today. Ooh, a manager card. Oh, look at that. Oh, a few manager cards. All right. I will definitely double wrap them. We got Roger Craig of the Giants as a manager. Phillies. Ooh, I will. Yeah, I'm trying to organize myself because I have limited desk room. The way that I'm operating now, I have an L-shaped desk, and like this half of my desk is just full of like cards that I need to go through, different card packs like my hockey card packs, which I also stream as well, and then just like collecting stuff, and then like stuff for my actual full-time job. So I'm very behind on organizing everything so that I can maximize the space. But Iron Man, you might have to move over a little bit. So this will be the pile of penny sleeve and top loader, and then these are my keeps. Bruce Ruffin of the Phillies. Look at that. Rafael Palmeiro? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Of the Cubs. But this is the pile that I keep any player just from the Phillies, the Cubs, and maybe the Pirates. I've also entertained the Pirates. Not as big of a Pirates fan, but I went to school over in Pittsburgh. So for hockey, I've been collecting Pittsburgh Penguins cards because I grew up with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. So those are more than welcome for me to be saved, and perhaps graded and saved. We got Tim Wallich of the Expos, which I learned in the last stream is a Canadian team that no longer exists. I haven't had any luck with finding valuable cards from the Expos, but it's still a neat little piece of history. We got Dick Williams, a manager for the Mariners. We will also double wrap him. I really like the coloring on this one. Mike Felder of the Brewers. Barry Leons of the Mets. We got Roy Smalley of the Twins. We have yet another manager. We've been hitting a lot of managers. John McNamara. Oh my gosh, wait. Is this the McNamara? That's really cool. We got Eric Davis of the Reds. Jose Nunez of the Blue Jays. We have another Blue Jays. His name is Garth Eorg, and it looks like there's a printing error. Like, it looks like a hair got caught in the printing process. That's actually really funny. I wonder if that is actually a hair. Like, because these aren't just cardboard. Like, the back is unglossed cardboard, but the top is actually glossed to a certain degree, and I'm wondering if that is an actual hair. That is too funny. I wonder if I could get that graded as like because I think PSA grades cards that have defects in them, whether they be printing defects or likewise, but that's really funny. We got Rick Honeycutt of the Athletics, of the A's. We got Mike Lloyd of the Rangers. And we got Floyd Humans of the Expos. Oh, and it looks like this one also has some crap attached to it, which is the gamble that you take with these old cards. They, I guess, didn't realize that someone such as myself would be interested in collecting them so many years into the future. Or, you know, I mean, they were just, there was no... I think they really glossed their cards in the early 90s. Like the late 80s, early 90s. And then it was much easier to keep the fidelity of the card, even in the original packaging for so many years, just because of, you know, the quality that they keep their... or the quality that they ascribe to with their card packs. Not to say that there's anything wrong with these ones, but you could definitely find a lot of artifacts, undesirable artifacts that show up just because of the making process and the storage process. I'm very grateful that these or Topps did a really good job of not making sticky gum. Even you can see right here just a little bit of the artifacting on the edge of this card, which I would imagine would disqualify it from being a PSA 10, which is, again, their highest rating, but still might be worth submitting for grading. Because if you're a member of the PSA Collectors Club, it only costs, I know it's still expensive, but it only costs $20 to submit a single card. But if that's why my rule of thumb is that if PSA 9 is worth at least $20, that you recoup the cost of getting it graded, but at least you give it a chance to be PSA 10 graded. You know, why not? Why not do it? You know. You might get like a few bucks extra doing it that way than not getting it graded at all. You know, who knows? Maybe it's more effort than it's worth, but I know I definitely have a few cards that are worth anywhere from like $100 to $300 graded PSA 10. So I'm definitely going to get them graded and checked out. Put my boy Bruce. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just further organize myself. So I have, if I like move this over a little bit, I have cards that I don't know the value of. I don't know if they're special in any way. Just because they don't have special markings does not mean that they cost anything less. They could be worth more than I expect. These are cards that have special markings on them that I suspect would be worth money, or at least $1. And then I have my little keep pile of the teams that I want to keep. So let us open yet another pack. Let's see. There we go. Oh, this piece of gum actually broke preemptively. Is that a good sign or a bad sign? Is it like breaking glass? It's like breaking a mirror. Is it good luck or bad luck? I hope it's not bad luck. My bad luck is that I get the same card, the same penny card in this entire pack. That would be something. That would truly be something. Oh, and I also, let me carefully transpose these. I also keep these. I don't know if I know on previous streams I talked about it, but I like to collect these little inserts because I think that they're not worth any money, but I mean in a collection that I anticipate having, I want to keep the original packaging that the cards came in, and then also any inserts for special offers to anything, because I just find that interesting. You know, it would be a waste to just throw these out, because I think they're interesting. Like what you win, what you could possibly win, the rules. I don't know the time period that it was from, and then one of my favorite things is old advertisements. Like for $1.25, you could get 10 cards plus 6 special cards, which is really cool. And of course, no purchase necessary. You could just enter online, I assume, or something like that. I don't know. I also in the vintage hockey card packs that I open, there is like a little scratch off, which if you hold it up to the light, you don't need to scratch it off. But I have yet to go through them to see if there's any winner. And it's from I think it's from the NHL Pro Set 1991. Yeah. Yes. Pro Set 1991. And I want to see if the NHL will allow me to redeem that for something. I think that would be really funny if I reached out and asked. We got Gary Ward of the Yankees, Domingo Ramos of the Mariners. This is a really good picture. I really like that. We got Mark Grant of the Padres. We got Chris Spear of the Giants. Ron Hassey of the White Sox. We got Mike Davis of the Athletics. Danny Jackson of the Royals. You can see a little bit of card defect in the top left there. Dan Plesac of the Brewers. Rene Gonzalez. Is that how you pronounce it? Rene? Of the Orioles. Rick Mailer of the Braves. We got another leaders card. We got the Brewers, if you can see that in the top right. Now we have the Mariners. Ooh, Benny Santiago. Oh, what a shame. There's a little bit. I wonder if I could. Oh, it almost looks like. Oh, shucks. It looks like the gloss. If you see that, the gloss didn't go, or there's a chip in the gloss. So like that brown spot is actually the card, which is a shame. But who knows? I think I pulled an All-Star National League like Benny Santiago, and either he wasn't worth grading to begin with, or he was worth enough PSA 9 to submit for grading. So we'll double check that. We got Jose De Leon of the White Sox. Mariano Duncan of the Dodgers. And yes, we end with a Chicago Cubs Bob Tewksbury? Bob led Florida State League with 15 wins in 1982. Oop, I ran out of penny sleeves, so I will have to open up another one. What's really nice too is I buy top loaders in bulk, and they're very nice to come with penny sleeves. But But I mean, penny sleeves are inexpensive to begin with, but it's still nice to have an abundance of them. You know, because I open up a ton of cards, and I always put them in at least a penny sleeve. And then if they're worth more than $1, I'll put them in a top loader. Oh, this is another problem with opening up these kind of cards, is that they have a little bit of a bend to them, so they don't quite want to go into a penny sleeve. But once you get them into the penny sleeve, they're a bit easier to get into the top loader. We will add Chicago Cubs to our collection of Cubs so far. Then we will put Benny in a penny sleeve and top loader. It's a shame that the card has been damaged, or mismanufactured, I guess you can say. I feel like a lot of cards nowadays don't show, like, well, I shouldn't say that. There's always going to be defects in the cards, and that's why finding a PSA 10 is rare, and that's what makes them so expensive. That's the game you play. And lastly, the Mariners leaders. Oh gosh, I put on my liked songs on Spotify, and I didn't realize I put it on shuffle. So we're going through it. I started off with indie pop, indie rock, or just indie alternative, and now it's going to Breaking Benjamin, and then now it's playing Joji. So let me just double check that my audio's coming through all right. That is perfect. And then let me just not put it on shuffle. There we go. Sweet, sweet deal. All right. Before we go to figuring out the prices of these, let me also do this. We have one more pack to open. So let me slide these guys into a penny sleeve. Come on. Come on. There we go. And then put this guy in a penny sleeve. There we go. Cool. We will, I guess, put these off to the side because obviously they're not worth any money, so it's not. We don't have to investigate that. But the last pack that we have here. Maybe I'll open up more just because, I don't know, I'm feeling it. Feeling spry today. Eventually I want to go out and go get some fresh air, but for now, throw that in the old garbage. Keep these guys just in case I ever want to do anything with them. Let's break them apart in the middle, take out the insert card. Although, that's funny that we have less insert cards than we do actual pack of cards. I guess one didn't come with an insert? Interesting. I don't know. We got Floyd Rayford of the Orioles. Dale Sveum of the Brewers. Ooh, a Cubs card. Ryan Sandberg. We will keep him. We got Carl Daniels of the Reds. Jamie Quirk of the Royals. Terry Poole of the Astros. Cecil Cooper of the Brewers. Glenn Davis of the Astros. Ernie Riles of the Brewers. Ooh, future stars. Kevin Elster. Turn Back the Clock. Jim Rice. 1978. Ted Power of the Reds. An Orioles leader card. Oh, man, this has been a great last pack. Hal Lanier, a manager for the Astros. And we got Dwayne Ward of the Blue Jays with a lot of artifacting on here. Looks like the printer just like streaked on this one. Wow. So this was quite the last card pack, at least from the series. I have a whole box of these unopened card packs, baseball card packs. And I don't know if there's any more 1988 ones. I do have Topps 1989. Nice. So we will put these guys, especially in the probably worth some money pile. Got an Orioles leader. I'm glad that we didn't get any duplicate team leaders cards. Ooh. Oh, and let me not be rude. Let me show you on the back what it has. So it shows you all of the leads for the different individuals for batting and pitching, which is pretty interesting. So you can see all that information there. That's pretty neat. I like when card packs include like a team overview card. I would be much more inclined to keep them if for myself if I found one for my team. But unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles. And perhaps someone will enjoy that card more than I will. Oh, come on. Scoop in there. Uh-oh. See, I don't know if you could see that very well on stream. Oop, my Spotify is up and in the way. If you can see that very well, but it's not a very flat card. I'm trying to hold it as flat as I can. But like it kind of bends a little bit, and then it doesn't want to go into these penny sleeves, but then the top loader is much easier to get in. Kevin Elster. I guess that is a rookie card from this pack, which is pretty cool. Let me wrap this guy up, and it seems to be a really nice card. Let's first quickly put him in safety before I muck up anything. There we go. He collected first major league hits, 9/3/86. What? This way to the clubhouse. Kevin signed as a second-round draft selection with the Mets, May 21st, 1984, by scout Dean Jonjward. Interesting. But number 8. Top's number 8. Interesting. Out of, like, what, 600? And a Chicago Cubs, which we will keep. Sweet deal. So we got a pretty solid collection here, if I do say so myself. Let's see. We got a lot of manager cards too. We got one Turn Back the Clock, one Future Stars, a couple leader team cards, and a lot of managers. One All-Star National League card, Benny Santiago, and yeah, managers. Cool. And then for the automatic keeps, we have 3 Cubs and a Phillies card. Not bad, not bad. Especially considering that some packs can have none of your team. Obviously, because there's only, 15 cards per pack? Oh, and I also found it interesting that on it says bubblegum cards. Like not just cards or trading cards, it's bubblegum cards. Which I think is just hilarious. Because at first, when I tried to open them, I was like, "Are these cards made of bubblegum?" That's what it semantically says to me. Cool. So, I guess without further ado, I want to take a sip of water, and then we will go through these polls and see if they are worth anything. So let me get the window up for that and get a sip of water. That's some high quality H2O. That's some good shit. Oh, I gotta blow my nose too. I'll turn off my mic so you don't hear that. Cool, cool. If you guys are looking for a really good pump-up song for like the gym or like just to listen to, "Dance of the Manatee" by Fair to Midland. Wow, that was my workout song for like the longest time. Don't ask me why it's in with my with my alternative indie mix. It's just my like songs, and I accidentally unliked it, so I had to re-like it, and then I put it to the top of my list. I was like, all right, whatever. Let me see here. Okay, so I want to do a screen capture. I have to find the right window first. There. And then I need to increase that. And then I also want to show what's in my hand. So I wonder if I could duplicate this and then also add the droid cam 1920 by 1080p. Oh, gourd. Okay, now I need to use the Wi-Fi IP. Deactivate when not showing. Allow hardware acceleration. There. Okay. So now, what's the best way of doing this? What is the best way of doing this? I don't know how this is going to show up on. Maybe if I just artificially zoomed in. Can I zoom in on here? I think I can. What, back to? Nope, now you can see my shorts. Well, that's embarrassing. Yes, I like brightly colored shorts. What of it? Well, that might be the best option we have here, folks. So let's first go through. Oh, see, there's the other one. Oh, and maybe there's one more. No. There, because we had what, 4 card packs, so I'd assume 4 inserts. So yeah. This is the 4th. This is the one that we were looking for. Look at that. Cool. There we go. So we got all of our little card packs, or our card pack inserts advertisements. Cool. So let's go to Topps 1988. Right? Yes. So we scroll down. So I wanted to show this process as like how I figure out the card's worth that I pull. Oh God, I think I messed with the page. I don't think the page really scales that well. Oh gourd. Oh, okay, there we go. That's the best that I could do for you guys. I'll try to figure something else out. Maybe I only need like a percentage of the page to show you guys. Nah, that won't work. Well, hold on. Let me do this. And then this. There, because you guys really don't need to see my tabs. There. Oh, okay. That is, yeah, that's better. That's better. Cool. But what I do is I go to the 1988 Topps baseball cards, and right here is where I could enter the card number that we have. So this one would be 268, Bruce Ruffin, and it is good spot check for me to say, okay, I'm looking in the right category. So for this website, it pulls prices from eBay and similar. I don't know if it pulls from anywhere else. Oh, well, that's sold on eBay and our marketplace. So I guess Sports Card Pro has their own marketplace for selling these kinds of things. But sports cards, baseball cards, Topps, and then you find the year. And you can search for the card set a couple of different ways. The search up here isn't all the best, especially if. So right here, if it's in the database but it doesn't have any pricing, it's fine. Like you could find it up here. But I've run into instances where I put in the player's name and the number, and it doesn't know that card, which means that it's just not added to the database. 186. Ooh, okay, okay. So this is um where so in my grading process, in the back of my mind, I think, okay, how much is PSA 10 going for? It's $71, so that's really good. But really, the defining category is the grade 9. And it's below $20, which is the cost that it takes plus shipping to get this card graded. Um, but it looks like, oh, well, that's a PSA. That's pretty much a PSA 10, the BGS 95. So yeah, you know what? Oh, and this is signed. See, that's the other problem about like getting prices on these cards is that it's a mix of like, oh, okay, cool. Um, Sometimes they mix it. Like you would assume that this would just be the plain Jane card, but like it also includes like an autograph version of that card, which isn't very accurate. So, and this website kind of doesn't work for collecting history of cards being sold. Um, oh yeah, see this one is see you can only do so much, but I'm gonna put this not in the to be graded, but the to be possibly graded pile that I have next to my. Or actually, I just put them in storage, so I'll put that aside. That is my to possibly be graded pile because it may be worth something. I don't know. Um, the grade 9 value is just so close to being at least $20, but then you have to think about like, is there a need for this card? Like, are people actually searching and looking for this card? And are people willing to pay 20, 21, $22 plus shipping for at least a grade 9? Who knows? And are these prices even accurate? That's the other thing. That makes stuff like this difficult. Come on. Back to there we go. Cool. Now we have 593. No information, that is fine. And number 10. See, this PSA grade 9 is way too low to warrant getting that graded, which is fine, you know? This is just for my personal collection of baseball teams that I enjoy. 639, a leader's card is not worth much. I noticed that these aren't worth very much. Oh, John. Oh, wait, no. This isn't John McNamara. Oh, it is. It is John McNamara. Look at that. Sweet. I will put him in a special case to get graded because that's close enough to $20 to at least get the return of having it graded. This one, unfortunately, is not worth. I knew John McNamara was his name rang a bell when I pulled him. 654. Roger Craig, unfortunately, is not a valuable card. 404. Benny Santiago. Yeah, this is one of the instances where it's worth a couple bucks, but you know, nothing too substantial. 519. Unfortunately, I've noticed that these leader cards aren't worth all that much because they're just general. They're not for a specific person. This is worth a couple bucks, but still, nothing out there. 51. No. Let's see. 662. Turn back the clock. Oh, unfortunately, that's the thing is like this spread is just crazy. You know, like $70 if you get a perfect card, and like looking at it, it has a little bit of splotching. Obviously, it's too small for you guys to see. Like little white dots on it, and I don't know if that would be considered a flaw. They also take into consideration the how straight everything is, and it looks like the printing on this is a bit crooked. You can see that by the margin up at the top of this black header, where there's more gap between the black header and the top of the card on either side. So that probably would not get a PSA 10, unfortunately, but still a good card to have in the collection. And this is another one where it's, you know, could be worth money. I would have to really think about, like, I'll put this guy in the to think about pile. But yes, this John McNamara is going to get a semi-rigid card holder, which I think is just a bastard and a half to put them in there, because you have to, like this, I could dig my fingernail into the top of the penny sleeve and like start to get it out, and that's easy. That's very easy for me to do. But apparently, so PSA has their own recommended submission standards, and they ask you to put it in a semi-rigid card holder, probably because it's, for them, easier to take out the card. But I don't think it adds any protection to the card as much as like an actual top loader. And they're just, I don't know. I don't like working with these, but that card wasn't too hard to put in there. But we'll get this guy. We'll get this guy graded. See if it's a PSA 9 or PSA 10. John McNamara. Cool. We will put that over to the side, and I'll add that to my 2-grade collection. And now what we got to do is go through each of these individually and see if they're worth anything. If again, if they're worth more than $1, they not only get a penny sleeve but a top loader. I'll put them this way so it's easier for me to see the numbers. So we got 409, which is not worth anything yet, or no data collected. And I don't know quite exactly how I want to do the pricing structure for these. Like whether I want to, like, oh wow, what the hey, $100 for PSA 10. So that must be worth something PSA 9. Wow. Okay. Just looking at the. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in a semi-rigid card holder. Usually when the PSA is very high for PSA 10 and there's no information on PSA 9, like right now I would at least guarantee that a grade 9 of this card would be at least worth $20, if not more. You know, because the PSA 10 version of the card is $100, but it's all about supply and demand. You know, what people are worth paying for a card that is not perfect, but it's almost as perfect. And that's also a gamble that you could take too, is they call them the pop count, or the population count of the card in the different grading categories, or tiers, I guess you could call them, like grade 9 and grade 10. And you could see how many of the cards have been approved for that PSA rating. And, you know, if you find a player that historically has is a valuable player, I guess you can consider it, or like an in-demand player, you could get your card graded and then be the first one to have it graded for that category. Like here, this is a $1.50 card, and you know, it may be worth something, but there's just no data to verify that. So it's all about supply and demand. But I figure I do not take the chance to, because it gets expensive when you want to grade so many cards. I think I read somewhere that it's good to submit like 30 cards at a time. 30 cards by $20 is like what, 600 I calculated? I can't do mental math. 20 times 30. Yeah, $600. So that's quite the investment to put down, to not even guarantee that you're going to get the grade that you want. And this is just for PSA grading, but there's obviously other grading companies. One is BCGS, I think it is, or something along those lines. But they specialize in sports cards specifically. But it's it's the pedigree of the grade that makes it worth all that much more. PSA is not only more expensive, meaning that the entry ceiling is quite high, especially for like new collectors who might not have a ton of money to get their cards graded. But you know, you could always go the route of submitting to a different grading company. But I think I showed an example actually on the stream. I just didn't mention it at the time. Like the difference between the BCGS, if that's the name of the company, 9.5, which might be their highest, it's either 9.5 or 10, is like significantly lower than the PSA 9 and 10. I'd have to go back in the footage and verify that, but just all things to think about. It is exceptionally hot. It's getting very hot in my office right now, which is not ideal. We have the windows open, but unfortunately my office doesn't have... Oh, see, this is another one where I would probably get this PSA graded. And it doesn't look like there's any damage to the cards, so why not? We'll pop them in. We have a skylight, which is why it's so light in here, which is great. It's better than the alternative of not having any lights, any natural light in here. But oh, come on. Oh, I don't want to damage the card. So this is what I'm talking about getting it in here. It's stuck right now, right here. So I have to like do what I do with the top loaders and like hit it, but it still doesn't want to budge a lot of the time. You have to like really, really hit it. There we go. Okay, that went down. Because I worry about like creasing the top here. I'm very gentle with them, but it looks like that one was safely stored. George Bell, you get a top loader as well. So the top loaders can get very, very expensive. I think for a pack of maybe 100 or 200, I can't remember the exact count. It's like $60 because each of these top loaders individually is worth like around 24, 25 cents. Oh, this one doesn't get a top loader. I'm speaking of top loaders, but I don't need one for this card. So the margin of profit is low if I do that for cards that are over $1, but I want to ensure that, you know, the quality of these cards upholds for whoever wants to buy them from me. You know, it really bothers me when this is another one. Sweet, another PSA grade worthy card. It really bothers me on when people sell cards that you want to collect and like build out your collection. Maybe not necessarily grade if, you know, the juice isn't worth the squeeze, but sometimes, you know, they come just plain Jane in a bag without any penny sleeve or without any top loader, and I kind of understand. Like I'm not top loading everything, but I mean, I don't know. If I spend money on a card, I want to make sure that it's in good condition and it's safe during shipping, you know? So that's if I want that for my cards, I want that for the cards that I sell, you know? 633. The link to my eBay is actually in the link on screen in the bottom left to my link tree. There you could follow me on a couple different social media sites. And then you get notified of my my collection growing. Um, you could follow me or add me as a seller on eBay to purchase what I pull. I still need to update what's on my eBay because I think it's just a Mad Magazine paperback set. I went through and I uploaded each one individually, so that was pretty fun to do. This one again is in the maybe category where it could possibly be worth grading, but I mean, for a PSA 10 worth $40, I don't think that I could really swing it. So you know what? I'm just gonna put this in a top loader and call it a day. That's what I should ascribe to, is that like if, because I would need to charge like what, $3 more, which I don't know if people are worth. I'll put it in the maybe category. Put it in the maybe category and come back to it. Don't discount it just yet. This one definitely not though. Although this PSA 10, like the gap between PSA 10 and grade 9 is so far greater. I don't understand that. I really don't. I don't get that. And even the ungraded version is only worth 55 cents. That's so weird. Maybe somebody overpaid for a PSA 10, or maybe it was an autographed card. I don't know. 99 cents. We'll put you in a top loader. Why not? Oh, this is the one with the hair in it. That's interesting. If you guys want, it might not be hair. It might be just a printing error, but oh well. We will top load him regardless. I still have a lot to upload to my social media because I don't. There's a lot of stuff to go through. Here's another one, man. That it's like maybe I could charge more for $70 for PSA 10. I think I could get away with charging 20 some odd bucks for a grade 9. So we'll see. We'll see. We will put him in a top loader and in the maybe category as well. But that's what I'm going through now. Right now is going back through my collection to double check to see if submitting some of these for grading is worth it. Because I was under the impression that you needed to pay $50 a card for PSA grading, which might still be the case. But I think if you join their PSA collectors club, it's only $20 a card, which is still expensive. But I mean, for the margin that you get out of these cards. Should they be a PSA 9 or PSA 10, it's probably worth it. That is the gamble that you take. $235 just gets a penny sleeve. $206 gets a penny sleeve and a top loader. How about it? Yeah, I got nothing else to say really. Just speaking my mind. You know, I enjoy chatting. With you guys. Let's see, 752. Oh man, what a shame that the spread is just so high. $100 for a PSA 10 and like bupkis for a grade 9. At that point, I don't think it's worth submitting for grading. I don't know. It may be a PSA 10, but I mean. I already have so many cards that need to get graded that I know are worth the money to submit for grading. So it's a shame, but we'll just sell this guy. We'll get $160 for him. $329. Let's see. Oh, well, this one has no PSA 10s. It looks like the see the borders are off. It looks like there's a bigger border here than here. At least visually, that's what I think. I can't 100% tell, but the centering is one thing that they really look at to make sure that the card is centered. But I don't know. Even a PSA 9 is still worth some bucks. I have to look into like the grading qualifications to get a PSA 10 and 9. Because I assume that these cards are very well kept and they will at least get a grade 9. But I don't want to hold my breath. Because there might be an instance where they look at it and they're like, yeah, this is a PSA 7. You know, I think these cards are worth more than that because they just hold up so nicely. But yeah, maybe I'll put this in the maybe category, the maybe grade pile. Number 450. Oop, not 488, 458. Nada for this guy. That is a-okay. Uh, 448. Mike Davis. Looks like they mistyped here and it came up with a card. 448 is the name and number 448 is the the number. May have fat fingered it. 324. $1.50. We'll take it. Usually if the card is worth like $2 ungraded plus, you know, it might be worth submitting for grading. The difficult part about collecting these cards is that now I have to hand key every individual card that I'm interested in selling and put it on eBay. I haven't found the motivation to do that, but I think I have a lot of cards that need to be graded and shipped out. Or not graded and shipped out. I mean, posted on my eBay and available for you to purchase. So I'm getting there. But yes, anything that I open that I have not. Ooh, this guy has a really nice mustache. I'm sure I said it when I first opened it, but he has a really nice mustache. Anything that I open that I don't explicitly say that I want to keep is something that will be available on my store. So I know these are kind of niche, and I know the newer audience wouldn't be as apt to collect these, maybe, as I am, but I think it's a nice history time capsule to say, you know, I didn't grow up with these teams. I know nothing about these players, but you know, it's a nice little historical piece of history, you know, to say I've collected such and such cards from 1980, 1990, you know, that kind of thing. The 80s, the 90s, what have you. 481. I really like lo-fi hip hop. I'm listening to. I go from indie alternative to lo-fi, and I just my favorite artist is his name is Neotic, Neotic, and he is an artist that has his work on Spotify, and he also has his own Neotic playlist. And he always produces or collects and references in his playlists like really good lo-fi hip-hop songs. I usually listen to him, or I listen to this nobody's really buying this card, so you will just get a top or a penny sleeve. That's funny. Oh yeah, even the bordering on this is kind of mucked up. The thick bottom, although it doesn't look weird. It just doesn't look like it's not a standard print where it should be like a little bit lower on the card. But it looks all right. But again, it's not perfect, so it wouldn't be a PSA 10. 622. I also find a lot of songs from TikTok that I like what's this one? Tom's Diner. That's been like all over TikTok. Not to date this video, even me referencing it is pretty old at the time, but it's like song slaps. Sitting. I don't even know if I'm allowed to sing on the stream because I don't want to get copyright striked. Man, here's another maybe where it's like it could possibly be. I guess not. There's a little bit of smudging at the top here. The cardboard, wood, paper chips, you know, little splotchy. So I will put this in the nah category. Oh, well, you at least get a top loader. I could at least do that for you. $1.95 for this guy, Glenn Davis. Ernie Riles, man. He isn't worth another $1. Man, my arm gets tired from doing this. My right hand does not get a rest. But I'm in the zone right now. $2.36. $1.24. Alrighty. What I think I will do is create a new listing for this set and then just allow you to click like a drop down and then select like which cards from that set that you would like to order. I think that's a good way of doing it, at least for my own self. And then these ones that are worth not nearly $1, I think I might just group together and sell as a whole. But yeah, overall, look, we got 4 cards that are worth grading, and if they get a PSA 9, it is still worth it to have them graded and shipped out. What do we have here? We have possible maybes, 3, 4, 5 different maybes. Could be graded. We'll see. We have these guys, which are ready to be sold, that are worth $1 or more. So we have a decent chunk of cards here that are worth $1 or more. Not to say that, you know, it'll be quick to flip them, but you know, something that I can upload. And then just odds and ends, cards that are worth not $1, but you know, maybe I'll sell them as a pack and somebody would appreciate buying them. And then our little inserts, which I might top load. I'll have to think about that. But yeah, so that was the Topps 1988 Major League Baseball card opening. So thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you guys have a good Mother's Day or a good Sunday at the very least.